Let us start today's paper discussion. Yesterday, an all-party meeting was conducted with respect to one nation, one poll concept. One nation, one poll, an all-party meeting got convened. And in this meeting, it was decided that there will be a panel to study the feasibility of one nation, one election. The government is going to constitute a panel to discuss about one nation, one election. It was announced by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh after 4 hours meeting, which was attended by 21 political parties. 11 political parties, including Congress, have not attended the meeting, have not attended the conference convened by the Prime Minister. 11 political parties, including the Congress, have not attended, and all political parties in the conference were given a chance to present their views. All political parties were given a chance to present their views. Indian National Congress, Trinamool Congress, Samajwadi Party, Bahujan Samajwadi Party, the DMK Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, Aam Aadmi Party, Rashtriya Janata Dal are the important parties which did not attend the meeting. So this is the important news. Prime Minister's panel rejects former Chief Economic Advisor's paper on GDP growth. Former Chief Economic Advisor, Mr. Arvind Subramaniam have said, the growth rate projected by the government is bloated. It is inflated growth rate. In fact, it is not around 7, it is only around 4.5. It is only around 4.5, not 7. But the government, Prime Minister's panel rejected this. The Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council have rejected Arvind Subramaniam's claim, which have been made in his paper. And Arvind Subramaniam said, the growth rate projected between 2011 and 2017, the growth rate projected between 2011 and 17 is inflated one. It is inflated one. This was the thing. The worst news today, which I felt really regretted to read in the newspaper, 9 months old girl molested by deranged youth killed in the Hanmakonda. 9 months old baby raped and got killed in Hanmakonda. This is the worst news, and accused was caught by the family members and handed over to the police. This is the thing. This is a society in which really we need to give a lot of reforms and awareness. It is not just law and order or crime. It is something, a mental disability. A boy raping a 9 years old girl means it is a mental disability. 9-month old girl, not 9 years. 9-month old girl is simply a mental disability. We need to address that in that angle also. The family system, the social system, bringing up of kids is very, very important. Coming back again. See, in page number 7, there is a article with respect to elephants. In page number 7, there is an article with respect to elephants. In that article, there is a term called PETA, P-E-T-A, People for Ethical Treatment of Animals. P-E-T-A, PETA, People for Ethical Treatment of Animals. Animal rights activists from Assam and also other parts of the India have given petition to the Supreme Court against torturous train trip for 4 elephants during a religious event in Ahmedabad. This was the story. So elephants were torturous train trip. They were traveled in train, torturous train trip. So a petition was filed in the Supreme Court. Ethical treatment of animals, and you have one more act called Prevention of Cruelty Towards Animals Act 1960. We have one more act called Prevention of Cruelty Towards Animals Act 1960. Coming to today's editorial page, the Jet Airways case has takeaways for the bankruptcy court as well as for other airlines. As you all know, initially they wanted to resolve the issue of Jet Airlines by infusing some money, but finally insolvency bankruptcy code was applied and Jet Airways have come down. The thing is, keeping the airways under abeyance for a long time definitely is a very problematic thing for any airways, and there should be some quick resolution process for any issue. Insolvency bankruptcy code is meant to solve the insolvency issues, and now Jet Airways is completely closed down almost. Next article, what a $5 trillion economy would likely $5 trillion economy would look like. What a $5 trillion economy would look like. During Niti Aayog meeting, Prime Minister Narendra Modi have said he is aiming to make India a $5 trillion economy by 2024. He is aiming to make India a $5 trillion economy by 2024. Making India a $5 trillion economy is not an easy job. It needs a complete overhaul of the situation, complete transformation of the system. We need proper planning, we need proper funding, that is proper resources, and we need proper governance, and we also need proper designing of the projects and proper tracking of the projects. So it is not that easy, and we need to boost up manufacturing sector in order to make India a $5 trillion economy with sustainability. We need to work on manufacturing sector, which is really in a pathetic situation today. As you all know, we have directly shifted from primary sector to tertiary sector, ignoring the manufacturing sector. So to make India a $5 trillion economy, we need to create a strong manufacturing sector and strong employment. Then only we can make it. Other important thing about $5 trillion economy is, first is, Indians should feel empowered by the economy. If economic growth rates benefit only few people, common man in India will never feel that he is empowered by the economy. Just by showing numbers, you cannot say economy is doing good. But the numbers should also make the quality of the life of the individual into a perfect thing. That's very important. And valuable economy would be equality of opportunity. If economy goes up to $5 trillion, there should be enough opportunities to all and level playing field to many. That's really important. And more importantly, it is not just the numbers, but eradication of poverty, creating of employment, stable governance, all are equally important in making the economy a $5 trillion economy. This is a beautiful vision, but vision with equity, vision with inclusivity is also needed. Coming back again, deadlock in Libya. Deadlock in Libya. Up to 2011, Libya was controlled by a dictator called Gaddafi. Later on, you all know, Al-Siraj government supported by UN and USA have entered. But there is a Islamic, I can say, Khalifa government. He tries, Mr. Haftar, he wanted to proclaim that he was a leader. Mr. Al-Siraj is ruling from Tripoli. Mr. Haftar trying to occupy various places in Libya. Almost you have come up to Tripoli. The US, UN and most of the important countries in the world are supporting Mr. Al-Siraj government. Let's see what will happen. But what we need is stability in the Libya. Next important article, the forgotten funds. the forgotten funds. Here you can expect a prelims question. From this topic you can expect a prelims question. If you see the second and third paragraph of this article, here I will give a question how a prelims question might come. I will give model. What is cess? What is cess? CESS. Option A. A cess is a tax on tax. Cess is not a separate tax, tax on tax. Cess can be levied on direct taxes and also indirect taxes. Both the statements are correct. Okay, in prelims they may give some question to make you to think. For example, a cess cannot be levied on indirect tax. It's a wrong statement. It's a wrong statement. A cess can be levied on direct tax. A cess can be levied on indirect tax. And remember, whenever they are imposing a cess, that will be for a particular purpose. For example, education cess for education, Krishi Kalyan cess for agriculture, for farmers. So, always cess is for a reason. Cess is for a cause. Cess is almost like a tax on tax. So, this is how prelims questions go out of this. And also in this article, if you see they have discussed about Consolidated Fund of India. To link this article with the exam, Article 266 of the Indian Constitution deals with Consolidated Fund. And Consolidated Fund, center will have a Consolidated Fund, state also will have a Consolidated Fund. And more importantly, the other is telling the government must utilize the cess amount and publish the annual account how the money has been spent on the qualitative improvement of the particular issue on which the cess is levied. For example, you are levying 2% cess on education, for example. The entire account and how improvement have been done, how the money has been spent should be published by the government. This is the demand of the author. Okay, coming back to other article, game of chicken in the Gulf. Game of chicken in the Gulf. See, there are two opposite parties or two strong parties or two opponents. They are riding their bikes in a very speedy manner. They are going very speed. And unless one swerve, unless one comes down, mellows down, there will be an accident. Okay. At least one should come down. When both are going at the same speed in a rigorous way, definitely there will be a crash. So in the game of chicken, the one party will be waiting the other party to come down. Okay, here US is waiting that Iran should come down. But Iran is also going at the loggerhead. So if such speed happens, there will be a crash. There will be a crash. But if one party mellows down, that party will become a chicken, means that will become less important. That will become less important. So, in the international relations, such a situation might end up in wars or conflicts. This is about US-Iran relations and how P5 plus deal was signed earlier. P5 countries, US, UK, France, Russia, China plus Germany deal have been signed, and then slowly what has happened and how Iran is getting support from some countries, and whether the sanctions imposed by America will affect Iran, definitely affect Iran. Still Iran is not mellowing down, and Iran told we are crossing the limits of uranium limits prescribed in the deal. So all these things shows that at the end America is trying to impose maximum pressure on Iran. America is trying to exert maximum pressure on Iran. Let's see what will happen. So these are the important current affairs for today.